You're scrolling through your phone, and there it is again. A friend from college is on a boat in the Mediterranean. A coworker just posted a picture of their brand new SUV. You know the one, with the huge touchscreen and that leather that smells like money. You look up from your screen at the leftovers you just reheated, and you ask yourself the question that haunts millions of us. How? How on earth does everyone seem to afford this life you can't? You work hard. You try to save. But it feels like you're playing checkers while everyone else is playing a completely different game. Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. They don't. What you're seeing is an illusion, a carefully curated performance. The real numbers behind these lifestyles reveal a shocking trap, one that's built on mountains of quiet debt. And once you understand the truth, you can do what my friends and I did. Stop playing the game entirely. Let's just start with the undeniable truth. For most people, the math doesn't work. The life you see splashed across social media is often a mathematical impossibility. We're constantly bombarded with images of success. The perfect home, the luxury car, the exotic vacations. It warps our sense of what's normal. This isn't just a feeling. It's a documented psychological phenomenon called relative deprivation. Researchers have shown that the more we see these displays of wealth, the more we feel angry and resentful, seeing ourselves as unfairly deprived compared to our peers. But what if the people you're comparing yourself to are just statistical outliers? Only about 8% of American households earn over $200,000 a year. You're comparing your reality to a highlight reel produced by the top few percent, or more likely, by people who are just pretending to be. This pressure creates what experts call money dysmorphia, a warped perception of your own financial standing. It's a real issue, and it hits younger generations the hardest. The pressure to keep up is intense, but when you look at the real numbers, you see that it's a race designed to be lost. The game is rigged, not against you personally, but against anyone trying to live a six-figure lifestyle on a median income. And that's where the illusion starts to crack. This is where we tear down the illusion, number by number. Let's take the median American household. Recent data places the median household income at around $83,000. After taxes, a typical family might take home about $500 a month. Now, let's try to buy that normal American life. First, the house. The dream of owning a home is central to the American identity, but the numbers have become a nightmare. The national median sale price for an existing home is hovering near $400,000 as of early 2026. Depending on your down payment and current mortgage rates, that's a monthly payment of around $3,000 once you factor in property taxes, insurance, and HOA fees. Right off the bat, that house is eating up over 50% of your take-home pay. Standard financial advice says to keep housing under 30%. For our median family, that means finding a home that costs them around $1,650 a month, a fantasy in most parts of the country. And this is a national average. In states like California or Massachusetts, the costs are far higher. Now, let's add a car. Not a luxury car, just a normal, new car. The average monthly payment for a new vehicle recently hit about $750. And that's just the payment. Add insurance, which can easily be $200, and gas, maybe another $200, and you're looking at over $1,500 a month for one car. Let's be generous and round it down to an even thousand. So, where are we? $3,000 for the house, $1,000 for the car. That's $4,000 of your $5,500 monthly income gone. You have $1,500 left for everything else. Groceries, utilities, student loans, daycare, clothes, saving for retirement, and heaven forbid, an emergency. It's impossible. You can't do it. Yet, you look out your window and your neighbor has 2 new cars in their driveway. How? This is the part nobody posts on Instagram. This is the secret holding up the whole fragile structure, an invisible scaffolding made of debt and hidden help. The simple answer is that the person with the $750 car payment and the $3,000 mortgage often isn't paying for it all themselves. First, there's what some call the invisible second income, parents. A 2025 report found that half of parents with adult children provide them with regular financial support, averaging nearly $500 a month. Then, there's the fact that living at home is the new starting line for many. A huge number of adults aged 18-34 are living with their parents. When you don't have a rent or mortgage payment, that shiny new car seems a lot more manageable. It creates a deeply unfair comparison for anyone who is financially independent. And then comes the biggest, most dangerous secret: debt. Raw, high-interest, soul-crushing debt. Total U.S. credit card debt has exploded to over $127 trillion as of late 2025. That's not a typo. Trillion. The average balance for a person carrying debt is over $6,500, and with average interest rates soaring past 22%. This isn't a tool, it's a trap. People aren't just using debt for emergencies. They're using it for brunch, for clothes, for vacations. One survey found that over a third of travelers are willing to go into debt for a vacation. Another from 2024 showed that about 21% of Americans have gone into debt for travel costs. The desire to project an image of success is so powerful that people are mortgaging their future for a week of looking wealthy. This is the world social media built, a place where the image matters more than reality. People are literally giving up the chance to build real wealth just to look wealthy. So if that's the illusion, what's the reality? If the game is rigged, how do you win? You stop playing. You have to completely redefine the goal. There's an old saying that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If your 5 are obsessed with the digital treadmill of consumption, you will eventually start running too. But I've found a loophole. I'm a college student, and I'm lucky enough to be surrounded by people who are remarkably smart and intensely focused. In our circle, the flex isn't a Mediterranean vacation or a shiny new SUV. We aren't posting to social media to prove we've arrived, because we're too busy actually getting somewhere. While the rest of the world is drowning in that invisible scaffolding of debt, my friends and I are playing a different game. The 1K rule. We live in apartments that cost $1,000 or less. We aren't suffering, we're optimizing. We've realized that a fancy zip code doesn't increase your GPA or your net worth. The low-output lifestyle. We've opted out of the endless cycle of posting. When you don't feel the need to perform for an audience, the urge to buy things you don't need suddenly vanishes. Wealth in the shadows. We're saving, aggressively. While others are spending their future income to look rich now, we're keeping our cash to buy our freedom later. Being average in a group like this is the greatest financial advantage I have. When your peers value intelligence and stability over leather seats and touchscreens, the pressure to keep up doesn't feel like a burden. It feels like a shared mission to stay free. This isn't about being cheap. It's about being strategic. It's a grounded response to reality. Recent data shows that for those aged 35 to 44, the median net worth is around $135,000, and a lot of that is just home equity. For those under 35, it's a mere $39,000. The person driving that flashy car likely has a net worth terrifyingly close to zero, or even negative. By choosing to build wealth in the shadows, you have far more power. The power to say no to a job you hate, the freedom to walk away from a bad situation. Stop comparing your behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. You're not just up against your neighbors anymore. Your comparison group has exploded to include billions of people, and most of them are only showing you the wins. So, how does everyone afford the life you can't? The truth is, they can't. They are living on borrowed time and borrowed money. They are one layoff, one medical bill, one unexpected repair away from watching the entire house of cards collapse. You are not falling behind. You are not losing. You are simply choosing not to run in a race that leads right off a financial cliff. You're choosing a different path, a quieter, less flashy, but infinitely more stable and powerful one. The real path to affording the life you truly want isn't about matching someone else's spending. It's about building a life you don't need to escape from. A life where your peace of mind is worth more than your neighbor's approval. A life where your financial freedom gives you options that no luxury car ever could. The greatest flex is not needing to flex at all. And while the point of this channel isn't to flex, I would love it if you helped us flex a growing subscriber count. So, if you got value out of this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. It's totally free, and you'll be joining a community that's choosing to build a life they don't need to escape from.